some gadgets you'll get automatically, like it'll just give it to you in the game. Whether you want it or not, it'll fucking give it to you. So, obviously some things aren't as useful as other gadgets.
Yeah,
like one you get later on is it's this sonic battering. I'm not going to go into details, but basically it just makes them go where you throw it. And that can be useful for leading.
It's good for isolating people.
Yeah. And then you can get the upgrade where when you detonate it, it knocks out the one guy that's by him. And it can be useful. The only problem is, I remember listening to John when he first got it, just the noise of confusion that you were saying is just the fact that you can't use it in the same area. Once you use the little explosion thing once, that's done with.
Yeah, no more sonic battering, period, in that.
Yeah, at all, which is stupid. Because, I get it won't let you detonate it again, because then you could just do that to everybody, and that'd be, obviously unfair for the bad guys. We wouldn't want that. But it won't let you use the sonic battering at all. So, kind of pointless. And then some uses, again, are either pointless or really just for fun. Like, there's a remote control battering. It's awesome. It's great. Unfortunately, it's very impractical. Now, sometimes you can, if there's a bunch of guys.
If they're all grouped up together.
Yeah, like you could get a bunch of them, and basically you fly the battering in slow motion. But again, pretty much most of the time, throwing batarangs and just running in and fighting will do the job just fine. But, whatever you want, it's all there for everybody. So that's pretty much it on those. They don't get all too complicated, but they're useful and nice and all that, what, not. But there's a lot of extras, obviously, like the Riddler challenges. Mm-hmm. There's the character tapes, like we already said. There's the Riddler trophies, which are basically just these little question marks that you find hidden throughout the game. There's these spray paint question marks. And I remember the first time I saw it, I was confused as hell as what it was. And basically what they are is there's the upper half, the little curve of the question mark, and then there's the dot. And what they pretty much are is one's in the foreground, one's in the background, and you have to line them up. Like one will be on a stairway and the other one's on the roof, and you have to, be in the right spot. And then you do a little detective flash, and you'll figure out what that is. But, and then once you line it up, you do it, and
you solve a riddle.
Yeah, points, happiness. Mm-hmm. There's the decipherable slab things, which is for the spirit of Arkham, and you'll find that out when you do it.
Not spoil anything there.
Yeah, and then of course there's the not anything else really.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, but those occupy the 240 Riddler challenges that everybody gets to find. But again, by near the end of the game, once you have all the gadgets to open up all the little hidden areas and everything,
you'll have found most of them by then anyway.
with the Riddler maps, it makes it so easy to find everything. It's not even hard to do. Do you have to actually go around and find them? Go back through old areas. Yeah, mm-hmm. It's not going to be that easy,
right?
But it's not hard. I guess if you wanted to say it's challenging almost, but yeah. So it's not bad or anything. And then, challenge maps are, obviously, there's two types. There's the combat, I believe that's what it's called, just combat, and predator challenges. Basically, combat, obviously, you just fight 4 rounds of ever-increasing enemies and difficulty and stuff like that. And predator is you just get an area and you have to sneak around and take everybody out. And there's medals for each, which is funny because it says bronze, silver, and gold, but all it is 1, 2, and 3 batarangs. So whatever you want to call it, gold or 3, same thing.
Yeah. Rybat.
Whatever.
Got 3 ranks on that, man.
What the fuck? Anyway, but yeah, in combat, all it is obviously like bronze medals at this amount of points, silver medals, higher, gold medals, the highest amount. Well, not you can get, but, whatever, you got it. It's like every other game. The predator or sneaking levels, or challenge levels, sorry, whatever maps you figured out. Basically, how the medals work is that it has 3 special things it wants you to do, and you press select or back or whatever, and it'll tell you what they are, and they'll be things like, do a sneaking takedown or blow somebody up. And by the way, blowing someone up in the game doesn't mean like dynamite. It's these little concussion explosions.
Yeah.
So it makes them fall down
No one,
and go.
Batman
Ooh.
doesn't kill anyone.
Yeah, quote unquote.
Sure.
But basically, yeah. You know, it tells you the different types that you want to do. So if you get all three and beat the thing, then you get all three medals. You figure it out. But so that's pretty much it as far as those. Not really much more.
I'm not gonna lie, we pretty much covered everything, haven't we?
Pretty much. I only have one more thing to talk about. It's just like little tips to help you out for challenge maps, or wow, that was bad.
Way to fail, John.
But
But
basically just tips to help out when fighting. Like one thing is for the explosives, if you have the auto explosive where for the proximity, or you can just do it yourself. Put them on top of not stairs, but ladders. So and what it helps out with is once the guy gets to the top, if you blow it up, if he falls all the way back down to the bottom, he's actually knocked out. So that's an easy way to get one guy out. The stun gun guys, make sure to do the evade over them. I think we already said this, but I'm going to say it again. Because then their back is turned toward you, and then you can just beat the shit out of them. And if they fall down, then they drop the stun gun. So that helps out with that. And the knife guys, you have to do your little special cape swoosh attack to make them go, the little confusion head. Pulling people with a bat claw, obviously, like I already said, over little barriers and stuff helps, because if they fall down even like one story, they're knocked out. So that helps. And if there's like a stun gun guy, same thing. If you pull him, he'll fall over and drop the stun gun, and it works for just regular people too. They just fall over. I know. Oh, make sure to use all combat abilities mid-fighting, like the Batarang and the Bat Claw and Evade.
Oh, yeah.
Everything.
Everything does have a purpose.
Yeah, it's not like some games where it's like, yeah, there's a super cool front flip you can do that does, like barely any damage, but it looks cool. But no, I mean, like everything in this is actually useful, especially with upgrades. Everything really does, because I know, like I said, tapping the left trigger makes you just toss a single Batarang, but once you get all the upgrades for like the power for the Batarang and how many people like it knocks out mid combat and its power increases with your combo and stuff like that, it just makes like 3 guys fall down right away whenever you throw it with a high enough combo level. And oh yeah, one last thing is mid-fight, if you're not sure if a guy is going to, go to hit you or not, basically look for the guy that runs at you, because once he get up to you, he'll, you can counter him. So that's pretty much it. So let's just run through the basic. Out of 10, Greg?
9.5.
I agree. 9.5.
Oh, okay. I give it like a 9.2 honest, not to be
9.2?
under.
9.2.
But there was like a lot of great things,
Okay,
but
give it
there
a
was
9.
like one thing or something like that
All right, go ahead.
got under my skin. But other than that, it's a great game. I did not like that.
What things got under your skin? What bugs you? What?
Bugs.
Oh, right.
Oh, just like a couple things.
All right.
Nothing
Yeah,
on purpose.
I
but,
got you.
know.
Yeah, and I mean, really, the game's great. And I mean, I guess if you're looking for anything that might possibly be bad in the game, could it have been longer? Yeah. It's not an overly long game, but
You guys have already beaten it.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't really powered through it or anything like that, but, it's not an overly long game. I'm going to say 10 hours, maybe 15?
15 to 20.
15 to 20, okay.
If you're looking for all the Riddler.
That's
not
true.
even
If
all
you
the
look for all the
Riddler
Riddler
challenge.
stuff, then it helps out and increases the time. But yeah, it's a great game. Now, I know one thing that always bugged me about like the Game Informer reviews is they said the replay level, and they'd pretty much give any good game a high replay value, which is a problem because even some games that are really good, you may want to beat it and be like, oh, that was great, but I really don't feel like playing it again.
Right afterwards.
With this though, yeah, it is fun. You could easily just restart the story and go back through it, but the main thing that keeps you going is like the challenge maps. You'll just pretty much always want to do better, getting on top of the leaderboards and stupid shit like that.
Ooh.
But pretty much, yeah, great game. If you haven't bought it yet, fucking do it. Yeah, pretty much.
Do it.
Do it, faggot.
Now.